Hello! Arthur here, and to celebrate Halloween 2021, I'm going to talk about an aspect of Halloween: pumpkins. The tradition of jack-o'-lanterns began in Ireland in the 19th century, with turnips filled with lanterns being used instead of pumpkins. Scary and often disturbing faces were carved into these pumpkins in order to scare people during Halloween. The name jack-o'-lantern comes from an Irish folktale known as the Legend of Stingy Jack. In this story, Jack, as the name suggests, was rather, stingy. He was a drunkard and was known throughout the land as a manipulator and deceiver. Jack was so stingy that the devil wanted to see for himself just how much Jack lived up to his terrible reputation. When Jack saw the devil, he knew he had come to take his soul. So as a last wish, with absolutely no tricks up his sleeve, Jack asked the devil to take him to the pub as a last request. The devil agreed, and Jack had many alcoholic beverages. Jack asked Satan to pay. Given that all-powerful demons don't really need money to carry out their day-to-day jobs, he unsurprisingly didn't have any. To get around this, Jack suggested Satan turn himself into a coin. But when Satan did, instead of paying for the beer, Jack placed the coin into his pocket next to a cross to remove Satan's powers. Eventually, Jack let Satan free, but only when he promised to spare his soul. When Jack eventually died, he was denied entry into both heaven and hell, and instead was cursed to continue roaming the earth. Satan gave Jack a burning coal to light his way, and Jack carved out a turnip and placed the coal inside, and hence the origin of jack-o'-lantern. Much like tomatoes, peppers, and many other things we call vegetables, pumpkins are scientifically considered fruits. This is because they come from the flowering parts of a plant and produce seeds. Pumpkins are a member of the squash family, also known as the gourd family, or by the scientific name Cucurbitaceae, a family of plants that includes butternut squash, courgettes, and even melons. Pumpkins are recognisable from their distinctive shape and orange colour. However, pumpkins aren't actually orange by nature, and instead orangeness has been created through many generations of selective breeding, with many believing pumpkins to actually be green with white speckles by nature. The orange colour is caused by a compound called beta-carotene, named such as it was first found in carrots and gives carrots their orange colour. Each pumpkin contains around 500 seeds, and each pumpkin plant can produce between 2 to 5 pumpkins. This means that you can get anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500 pumpkins from just one pumpkin. And pumpkins themselves can get quite big. The record for the largest pumpkin ever was set this year in Italy and weighed 1,226 kilograms, or 2,703 pounds. Some larger pumpkins are even used for racing in some places. In Nova Scotia, giant pumpkins are carved out and painted before being used to race either in pairs or on their own against many other contestants across the lake. Staying afloat in one of these pumpkins is fairly hard, as they have a tendency to spin around, and falling off is fairly common. Steering such pumpkins is also fairly difficult. Almost all of the pumpkin is edible, including obviously the seeds and mushy stuff. But surprisingly, the fleshy shell is also edible, as well as the leaves and flowers of a pumpkin plant. Despite this, however, almost all of the pumpkins farmed and produced each year are used exclusively to make jack-o'-lanterns. Eating pumpkin seeds has many health benefits, Pumpkin seeds are a good source of magnesium, which helps with bone formation. They also contain high levels of vitamin E, helping to strengthen the immune system, and they may even help prevent insomnia. This is because pumpkin seeds contain a compound called tryptophan, which is broken down by the body into serotonin and melatonin. That's the feel-good and sleep hormone, respectively. So even though pumpkins are associated with the spookiest time of the year and all the terrifying creatures associated with it, eating pumpkin seeds is actually good for you. Thanks for watching.